Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcasting, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
One step closer, you got to get one step closer. Closer to love, closer to God, closer to who you want to be in life. Why? You got to get one step closer. Closer to love, closer to God, closer to who you want to be in life. Take one step at a time to reach your goal.
Hey y'all. Happy Thursday. Thank you for making it here with me at the table for another week of One Step Closer with Shani Shan. Again, like every other show, I have a great show for you today. So I will definitely get into the bio of this great guest, and then we're going to go ahead and introduce him and get him on. So, Dice Clark is a visionary community leader, dedicated philanthropist, and an unwavering advocate for families, youth, and undeserved communities across Detroit. As the founder of Love Our Kids, Families, and Community, Dice has become a trusted pillar of hope, delivering grassroots solutions that empower, uplift, and unite. He is the co-owner of the award-winning podcast, What Up, Doe, as well as the co-host of a weekly program, Spectrum Talk, where real stories and powerful conversations bring visibility to autism, community needs, and cultural resilience. Through these platforms, Dice amplifies the voices of unheard and mobilizes change through media. He is also a passionate autism advocate. Dice fosters inclusion, understanding, and support for families navigating the spectrum. He is also the founder of Taker's Game Vault, a safe and supervised place where kids and teens can connect through gaming, build community, and stay off the streets. Dice impacts spans generation, from co-hosting trunk-or-treat events and organizing back-to-school and Easter giveaways to regularly feeding seniors during the holidays and serving the homeless with dignity and compassion. His reach extends through impactful events from mentoring young men, women, girls, boys, with 50 Kings and Queens movement to organizing mental health awareness, and hosting much anticipated annual Father's Day barbecue givebacks. Dice creates space for healing, conversation, and celebration across generations. Whether speaking at schools or leading neighborhood events, Dice continues to model servant leadership at its finest. He is a recipient of the prestigious President's Award and a beloved champion of small businesses, regularly spotlighting local entrepreneurs to boost their reach and recognition. Rooted in love, legacy, and leadership, Dice Clark is more than a leader. He is a movement builder dedicated to healing and strengthening the heart of Detroit. one act of service at a time. So if you can, ladies and gentlemen, do me the favor of welcoming on our very own Dice Clark.
All right. Wow, I'm impressed. Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Yes, thank you for joining. So I definitely wanted to tap right in. You are a visionary community leader. How did that come about for you, or how were you given the name?
From the community. Since I was a kid, I always did things. I kind of stumbled up on that.
Okay.
I didn't know I had that gift to other people would share with me because I would just do it unconsciously. Since I was a child, do events in the neighborhood, wanted to give back to the less fortunate. Even when I was doing wrong, I took that wrong and made it right by giving back to those less fortunate. So I've always been known for that. And as I got older, the other people who look at me or follow me, they the ones labeled it like that. And I was
So they
like,
kind of
okay.
just followed you. So you're making a movement and for a good cause, so that's good. And I know you are also an advocate for autism as well.
Oh, yeah.
So why autism? What is the importance of it for you, or why did that just more so hit home?
6 years, 6 years ago? About 6 years ago, shout out to my partner, Dr. Vatanji Bailey, and Hezekiah Kids. I was like everybody else. I wasn't aware about autism. I was introduced to her. We knew of each other, but we didn't know what each other had going on. Somebody was collaborating us to join our businesses together because I was looking for something new at the game room to do, to bring in and help the community. And she was looking to outbranch to get more awareness of what she does. Her son Hezekiah, he's 20 now. He's autistic. Yeah, it's been about 6 years because I think he was 14 when we met. They introduced it to me, and learning about it through her, it just made me more motivated to get involved because I was like everybody else.
Yeah,
not knowing situations that I came across back in my day, where I look at a child who having a temper tantrum or just falling out, or I see a parent with a child with a leash on them.
Yeah, and we label them bad or it's weird, not knowing.
Like, that could be my kid. I'll beat they butt if that was my... Not knowing the situation. Even with the leash. Hey, why would you put a leash on your kid?
Exactly.
But when you a parent, you older, you might be where you can't chase your kid, and you have kids on the spectrum that's runners. So the leash is to keep them from just taking off, and you can't catch them, especially out by yourself. But a lot of that, it's so many different things that I learned so much through Dr. Vatanji Bailey and Hezekiah Kids, that I felt like if I was thinking I knew everything, didn't know nothing about this, and then back in the day they used to label kids that had this like retarded. But it showed more. Back then, you could see the difference, but nowadays, it's so many people. When you learn about autism, it's so many people that's autistic that you wouldn't even know it till somebody tell you, because they got different levels of this. So you got high function autistic people.
Yes, they're very smart.
I was just intrigued by it, and I felt like, damn, this is something I need to bring awareness to the community. That's my part of still helping the community in a way, and it's never ending to learning, because every family I meet who's deal with this, it's a different story. So it's very important for everybody to learn something about autism. So I decided, what can we do to do more? We started an annual event we've been doing for 6 years. We bring awareness to the community. We bring resources to help families that's dealing with it, who don't know what to do. And then shout out to John Mason from 105.9 Kiss FM.
Shout out to John Mason.
Yeah, Angie Starr and Showtime. I was on his show for something else, and he said God put it on his heart to tell me that we needed to start a podcast about autism.
Wow.
Yeah, and just like that. And then went back to Dr. Vatanji, and she was like, I was like, man, Mr. Mason told me we need to do this. That's a platform that can help reach more people in the community. And she was like, okay, we're going to start at the beginning of the year. I said, no, we're going to start next week.
See, why wait? Why put off something that you can do today? And I feel like that is so good, because having a podcast, we can actually get our voices heard and get our voices out there with little to no censorship and things like that. So I feel like that's definitely something that everybody can have a voice on. You can have your viewers, your listeners, your supporters. So I feel like it is definitely good to go ahead and go with the podcast. So is that the Spectrum Talk?
That is called the Spectrum Talk.
Okay.
You follow us on YouTube. It be live every Sunday, 4:30 to 5:30. Again, it's on YouTube, the Spectrum Talk, or also Dr. Vatanji Bailey page on Facebook. And we want y'all to go on YouTube, shares, subscribe to it, help pass the word, tag anybody who's dealing with anything with dealing with autism. So it's a beautiful thing.
Sounds good. So speaking of podcasts, can you tell us a little bit about the award-winning What Up Doe podcast?
Yes. Shout out to podcasting, the Poskers.
Yes.
Again, John Mason, because we can't forget that. This is the John Mason Award. So, yeah, we received that. We was nominated for 4 categories. Shout out to my co-hosts, Gino, Mr. AKA, Ted Skills, and my brother Dirty. So 4 young men that come together with different perspectives and things in life and our topics. And we also use that platform to uplift our black community, help black-owned businesses or anything that you're doing to get your name out there, have you come on the show, see how we can, expose you to the world.
And I think that's good. So how important was it for you to kind of show the world that black men in particular, can come together and can, coexist in the same place and be able to put out positive content or content that'll, just essentially change the lives of others in a community?
Well, honestly, technically, we didn't think it was going to work.
That's how you know it's meant to be.
It's meant. And then what it was, the community who watch us start complimenting us, because we was like, we're going to be a disaster, because what people don't see behind the scenes is what we talk about. We terrible. Like, we all love each other, but we all got our own mind, our own perspective. So 4 men already, it's
exactly.
gonna clash.
That's what's said to be able to coexist.
Yeah, so I'm going to just say it's God. It's God. It's the inspiration from our viewers who compliment us, who say, they love that we are individuals, but we can come together and make this work. I mean, and then after a while, we are like, this is dope.
This
you know
can
what
work,
I mean?
yeah.
This can work. Let's, but we still clash and no love lost. We argue, fight, bicker, and we just go on the show like nothing happened, because that's what you're supposed to do as friends and family.
That's real. Does that come across as therapy for you guys? Oh,
yes, you have no idea. Especially for my brother Dirty. We brought him on after he was a guest on the show. Initially, it was just me, Gino, and Ted Skills, which Gino and Ted are the founders of What Up Doe podcast, and they came and got me to join them. But then Dirty used to watch us and always complimented us. He loved our unity. He loved the energy we gave. So he was begging to come on as a guest. We got him as a guest, and then after that, I guess he just got carried away.
Sometimes it just sticks.
Yeah, he's just like, man, no, I got to be a part of that. Like, and then for all of us, we say it's therapy.
Yeah,
we come together once mentally. A week. It does. We get to share our views, and like I said, even off camera, we get to talk to each other. We speak on what's going on in our lives, and we try to bring it, on the table to the viewers. So. But yeah, it's great therapy for us men to come together and kick it. Even when we argue and fight, it's still therapy.
It's still love. That safe space. Yes. Yeah. Speaking of a safe space, you have the Takers Game Vault. That is a safe space for teenagers to be able to come and, be one or just come together and just interact. So what was your vision behind that? How did that come about?
Well, first let me say this. Takers Gaming Vault, originally formerly known as My Game Room, it's for all ages, 5 to endless. Everybody is welcome because it offers something for every age. So I don't want people to think it's just limited to just teenagers. No, it's 5 years of age up until whatever. You can be 89 years old, be a senior.
Still go.
But it originally started as a idea of, because I'm not a gamer. for one. I'm not a gamer. People thought I was a gamer.
The irony, yeah.
But all my friends, they play the game for 10, 12 hours a day. And it's crazy. I didn't understand it, and we used to...
That could be their release.
No, it was. Yeah. I mean, because I'm not a gamer, so I didn't know. I couldn't relate to it. But I used to just hear the complaining of their spouse or significant other, like, go to the other person's house today, you know, do this and do. I'm tired of y'all coming over here. So I used to sit around with my friends while they playing. I used to listen to stuff, and you know, I'm the type of person, I try to, you know, analyze the room, see how can I make money from it.
Be solution based too.
Yeah, originally it started, I said, I'm gonna get a building, open up a hub, and call it the Honeycomb Hideout.
That's a dope name.
Yeah, I know that, right? Or the Little Rascal.
Yeah.
You know? But I was like, I'm gonna just have the fellas come here. I'm gonna buy the games, the TVs, the chairs, and just have them pay me $10 every time they come. And on the humble, it was next door. Shout out to Sanchez, Golden Wings Chicken Joint. I opened up the game room next door to it. It was called my game room because of the systems. I started with 5 and 5 on each side, and shout out to Skrill, Force Detroit. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known what I had. Because I just opened it up for a hangout, not knowing. He was like, bro, do you know? Bigger. So that was 2019, March of 2019. And he was like, man, I'm going to help you. I had just met Skrill too, but I knew his whole family. And
that's real. I feel like God will put the right people in place to be able to help you. Yeah.
Taker's Gaming Vault now is because of Skrill connected me with my partner today, his cousin. It's his cousin who's a gamer. And he's dope. He the one elevated my game room to where it is now.
Nice. And I've been in some very nice spots to just be able to go. Everything it's so live in there. Literally, it's like a whole vibe. So definitely. No,
it's dope. It's for everybody. You got business meetings. We have our autism event there. We was having it every year. I think this year we changing locations. Shout out to God for the blessings. Nice. But we gonna announce that later. But yeah, because it's gonna be in the city.
Okay.
Yeah, because right now, Taker's Gaming Vault is located in Lower Park Place Mall. That's in Livonia.
Okay.
On 6 Mile of Newburgh. So that's kind of far for our people in Detroit. It's doing great, but you can rent it out for birthday parties, everyday pay and play. Come out to get your kids lessons for coding, cybersecurity. Nice. Just business meetings.
Skills that are needed.
Yeah, definitely. And just, getaway place.
Yes. So how important do you feel like it is to have events and things within your own community? And as you were saying, the game room is kind of far, but just kind of bringing those things to Detroit or to the community. How do you feel about that?
I definitely, like me, I'm a Detroiter to heart. And I feel like, how could you help somebody else outside of your community first? You have to start where you live. And if people in your community need help, you shouldn't even have a thought to go nowhere else until you clean up your own community.
Right.
So it's very important that we, like they say, clean up your own house first before you go helping somebody else in their house.
Most definitely.
If everybody took care of their own, the community would be a lot better.
For sure. So, if everybody focused on their own.
Yeah. I started in Detroit. Don't get me wrong. I started on Greenfield and Grand River with the game room. But it was a great business that elevated to where that space became small. But I'm trying to find a bigger space here so I can bring it back home and still have that one there.
That's real. But most definitely, it's always good to be able to elevate. So, don't let anybody take that away. Elevation and growth is good. But like you said, you reach back and you get those people, or you have those events that are still, here or just close by, so that everybody can have an opportunity to be and feel a part of the community. So I feel like that's really, really dope. And then I also, we're reading that the impact that you have on various generations. I feel like that's dope too, because like you said, the game room is not just for little kids, it's for all ages. And I feel like just the all inclusion of people is what you're really for. So I want to commend you on that.
Thank you.
How do you come up with the different events to keep, maybe older people engaged and or younger people? Because it may be a little tricky to have, both of those intertwined together.
Well, not for me. We come from an era where family was very important.
Shout out
community.
to Ms. Tam.
Yeah,
she
the community.
Said that you need to Network. She said, I'm clown lady with face painting and balloon twisting. So shout out to you.
Oh, shout out. We will.
Yes,
we definitely
yes.
will. I need your support. We can come together and collaborate. But yeah, no, it's very important with every generation to come together, because my nonprofit, that's why I named it that. The Love Our Kids, Family, and Community. And the reason being, I start with the kids first, because we all know you cannot do nothing with people's kids unless the parents are there.
That is true.
And once the parents are there with the kids, you create a community. So now everybody has to interact. I grew up in the area where we had block clubs. We didn't have alarms. We didn't have cameras. We didn't have stuff like that. We had community watch, neighborhood watch.
Yeah,
but we looked out for each other. No GPS either. Yeah. And you know all about that, don't you? None of that. But it's very important, because we got to get that back. We got to get that unity back. You know, people don't even know their neighbors no more.
That is true.
You live on a block for 10 years and you ask them, like, how's your neighbors? Like, I don't talk to nobody.
Because a lot of people, I don't want to be nosy. I don't want them in my business.
You supposed to be.
You supposed to know.
Because what happens when something go wrong?
That's true.
They, y'all see, they know who did it. They don't want to talk.
They just watched and let that happen.
Why you want them to talk now? You ain't even want to be their friend.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's very important. I think unity is missing. First of all, God is missing.
Yes.
In the homes, the community, the jobs, the schools. That's first and foremost. People got to get God back in their life. I preach this all the time. But then secondly, you have to get that unity. You have to communicate with your own people. How you looking at somebody who look like you and you can't help them when they're in need?
That's
got to change that perspective. Like, people got to understand this could be you one day.
Yes.
So, no, we got to have that. I'm big on community.
I'm big on the community too. I feel like I'm really big on team.
Yeah.
So team for me is a big thing. I'll, go to bat for my team or go above and beyond, because I feel like we all need someone. Yeah. So Tam said, she said we have to be a village again. And I do agree with that. I feel like it's so individualized. Everybody's like, hey, I'm here, I'm there. As opposed to helping people. And I feel like that comes a lot from the disappointment maybe that we have, or going out on a limb for others at one point and it not turning out the best for us. But we can't project always, and every situation is not going to turn out the same. But we definitely need to become that village for each other again, like how we were. That's what kept the family and everything together. No,
definitely. And I want to say that about the village. I wouldn't be here today, of course, if it wasn't for God, but if it wasn't for my village, who didn't give up on me, even when they took me in, I still was making mistakes, but they gave me grace. So I feel like it's only my job to do that for other people, as I'm giving back. Because if they gave up on me, I'd probably be dead or in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my village. And to this day, I have so many great godmothers that's up in age that gives me wisdom. I hang out with them.
That's real. And they send prayers up on your behalf that you still living off of today.
Yeah, so definitely. Yeah.
That's really real, to be able to still live off of the prayers that our grandmas, our great grandmas and things like that have left. They definitely come in handy. So thank you for that village. So in regards to now, what do you feel like legacy? What legacy are you leaving behind right now? And then what is your definition of legacy? Good afternoon, Miss Monique.
Good afternoon. What's up, award winning? What up, Mo? For me, that's crazy you asked that, because yesterday I was just talking to a new business partner that God sent me yesterday, blessed me with another blessing. They've been pouring in too. He's amazing.
That is so
but
good.
I said, thank you, that I want to be able to leave a legacy. I want to be able to create something that even when God called me home, that this can still carry on. That's what my legacy is. I want to create a model to where you don't really need me, but I don't want people to wake up because I'm dead and they be like, oh, we gonna do this. This is what he would have wanted. Let's keep his name alive. No, do it now. You know what I'm saying? If you help me now, it ain't all about me. It ain't about just me doing it. I want all of us to do it.
It's still about we.
It's us, and know that we can continue this when I'm not here. So that's what I'm working on now. That's my legacy. And God is blessing me with the people. He's not removing, he's pushing them to the side who's not, it's not their turn yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you should get rid of people, but sometimes some people not for every level. I can sit you to the side until your time come where I would need you. That's what I'm about.
Okay.
You don't just throw people completely away.
That's actually a really interesting perspective, because I feel like a lot of people say that. They say, hey, I'm going to cut them off, or the silent cutoffs, or the ghosting, or whatever the case may be. And you said, hey, you don't necessarily have to do that, but everybody isn't for every point of elevation.
That's right.
So you can just put them to the side, save them for when it's needed.
Yeah. And I mean,
really
like
good.
I said, because that's the grace God gave me. Because there's so many people who, at one time, I thought they left me or put me to the side, got rid of me, but then they came back and got me once they got where they needed to go. So I said, oh, they didn't forget about me. I was mad thinking they did, but again, you just keep elevating. God gonna bless you, because every blessing of yours is not for everybody.
Ooh,
and so instead of cutting them off, you just sit them to the side, because as you elevate, you might need that person one day.
That is good.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a really interesting point, because we feel like, okay, we've reached this new height, so now we don't need them, because we feel like, okay, that bridge or whatever is burned, but we may have to go back, and that may be the founding grounds for us to be able to go forward, having to go back a few tracks. So that's a really good point.
Yeah, it didn't happen overnight, because I was like everybody else. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like I'm cutting them off. They ain't doing what I'm doing or wonder. I used to just cut them completely off, but now I just elevate.
Yes, so Miss Sandra, she said, thank you, Dice. You're doing an excellent job in the community to create the legacy all love.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
And I can agree with that. One of the biggest kind of movements or events that you did that really spoke was when you had everybody come to your church for your birthday, because it's like, who's celebrating their birthday at church? And the fact that you actually brought a lot of people out, that lets you know that when you are the leader and when people rock with you, they'll start falling in line with what you have in mind or what you want to do, or your vision. You just have to put it out there. And another one was the homeless event that I actually came to and things like that, and I was trying to hold back tears, because it was just such a beautiful experience to see.
Thank you.
They're just regular people. They're regular people that may have had a bad day, which turned into a bad week, and then a bad month, but they're not bad people, or so really just hearing their stories, it really makes a difference, and it really does touch you in a humbling way. And I used to do the Adopt a Family with my mom during Christmas, so just kind of doing the Feeding the Homeless event with you there, and What Up Dope podcast and things like that. It was definitely a dope feeling. Hey,
well,
Ms.
thank
Rhea.
you for coming. I appreciate you even showing up, and that's the part I'm saying.
Yeah.
What you experience, I ask a lot of volunteers to come out, and they be like, well, what are we gonna do? And I'll be like, just come and talk to them.
Yeah.
Because once you experience that'll allow you to want to come back, because people don't understand. Yeah, you see it, but when you indulge in it and talking to these homeless people and seeing and realize, man, that could be me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you came.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got that experience. I'm glad you just shared that, because that's what I want people to get from it. It ain't about just giving them food and then leaving.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's literally staying around the whole, and just like you said, just talking to them, and they want to talk to you back. They do.
Because they don't have no, for people to turn their back on them because they feel like, because they homeless or don't have none, people fail to realize they still human.
Yes.
You could talk to that could be you one day. You want people to just throw you to the curb? So
that is true.
I talk to them, I hear their story, and then I try to figure out a solution to see how can we help them get back on their feet to come out here in the community to help us go back and get more.
Yes.
That's the whole thing. But people look at homeless people and turn their nose up at them.
Exactly. Because they be like, but like you said, we are a few decisions away from, being on that same path, especially in this economy. So remain humble, help your sister, help your brother, help your neighbor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ms. Rhea said, yes, I definitely desire to do more, because we are all just one circumstance away from losing it all. Yes, Ms. Rhea.
What's up, sis?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came this year.
Look,
she came hands on. She was out, took all the pictures, talked to. She was getting all their numbers for me.
Shout out to Ms. Rhea.
She had a potential 2 husbands from there.
Miss Brigham like, please. Yeah.
No, they was on her though. But yeah, they human, but you never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because they in that predicament now don't mean what they gonna turn. That don't define them what they gonna be later on.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that was a great event. Shout out to Miss Carmen Evans who allowed me to team up with her. I've been doing this for 6 years.
Yes, because you said it started from her mom doing it, and that's something that you guys just picked up and continued on.
Yeah, her mother was doing it for 20 plus years, and when her mother passed on, that was a legacy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's what I love, the fact that Miss Carmen decided, let me keep my mother legacy going on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So even after her mother passed, she said, I got to keep this going because this what. Yes. You know, she was doing it with her while she was here, but she didn't stop just because God called her mother home. She decided, let's keep doing this. So, and then she reached out to me one year, and I was, because I do a lot in the community. It was something else I had to add under my belt. You know what I mean? Let's get it.
Yeah. So I know at the age of stage in life now, you will be considered as one of the OGs.
Yes.
How does that make you feel, and what is some advice from an OG that you would maybe give to the younger generation, and or people that are other OGs, that maybe have lost the game a little bit or things have changed? What type of advice would you kind of give to them?
Well, first, the feeling of being an OG, I thank God to even make it to this point, considering where I came from, to be an OG and still doing great things in life.
Do you mind touching on a few of those things maybe having to go through?
Yeah, again, before my village, I used to do a lot of wrong. They used to call me the Black Robin Hood of the neighborhood because I was bad. I used to steal cars. I didn't like the part about breaking their houses, but I used to be the lookout, breaking their houses. The robbing thing, that was never me.
Okay.
Didn't want to rob nobody. But used to sell drugs, to survive. I've been on my own since I was 12 years old trying to survive. So I come from the dark side.
Yeah.
So
and can I put a pin in that too, not to cut you off, but the fact that you said these were things that I did to survive.
Right.
A lot of people, please understand that a lot of people don't want to do this. They didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, today is the day I'm going to start doing this. It's the survival mode and survival mindset, and that doesn't make a person a bad person.
It don't.
That just means that their thought process is to survive, as you or me at that point. So I think that's profound. So you can go ahead. I'm sorry to.
But no problem. I'm glad you put that out there. But thank you for interrupting and saying that. But yeah, doing all of that, I didn't have no OGs that lead me the right path or to teach me. I learned everything the hard way. And once I got older and a little wiser, realizing selling drugs and doing all the wrong I was doing was no different than a person who used. You know what I'm saying? And I realized I was hurting my community and not helping, even though when I did wrong, I was still taking from my people and going to give it to other less fortunate people. And that wasn't right either. So I had to, as I got older and got wiser, I had to realize, what can I do differently from taking from my own people and still help my people? So it was just all about building that unity. When I started paying attention to my village, to the people who was loving on me, helping me, guiding me, showing me, I had to sit back and listen, because I was one who never wanted to listen, because I was born a natural born leader, and I was always on my own, so I never had to listen to nobody.
And that's good. So you knew early on that you were going to be in a leading role and or a leading position. You knew that was your gift.
Well, yeah, because it's been natural for me. Everything I did, I always had to be first.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't care if it's
first,
going somewhere. Exactly.
Yeah.
I do everything. I try to be the first in everything. And if I can't, I'm not mad at who is, because all I'm going to do is ask you to teach me to get where you are.
That's real. At least you're coachable.
Oh, yeah,
at least you are willing to learn.
I am
It took a little bit. Thank God for growth.
Yeah,
we're not going to get it right the first time or a couple times, but thank God for that growth.
But I thank God for it. And now I try to master that. I want to be one of the first to ever leave a legacy that's bigger than the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody do. I like unity. I want to bring shout out to all the organizations that do stuff for the community, that do it genuinely from the heart, out their pocket, out their time, all that. My thing is, don't talk or hate on them. Let's come together.
Yes.
They're doing something big. You know what I'm saying? So I join every organization.
Yeah, because coming together could really allow an organization or business to really take off.
Yes.
And or take over.
Yeah, no, definitely. So,
yeah, because we can't do it alone.
No, we can't. So I love it. But being an OG, what I want to give a shout out to OGs because we when I say we, even myself, we dropped the ball for this younger generation.
Mm-hmm. That's real.
We didn't grab a hold of them and school them or get them the education or teach them what not to do and love on them and get them things to do positive. Instead, we was just all selfish. And right now, I tell all OGs, if you're still living, just go back. I mentor young kings from ages 14 to 24, young queens ages 8 to 12 now. You know what I'm saying? Everything I do now, it's a purpose behind it because of all the wrong I did. And when I drop the ball, I'm just trying to correct and right all my wrongs for the rest of my life until God called me home. I just want to clean up what I helped destroy. Yeah. So now I'm just trying to do right for the rest of my life.
That's real. A lot of people don't even get to that point or make it there to that ideology. They just continue to do wrong, and then just be kind of skating by on them prayers and things like that, but never really sit down with themselves and be like, hey, I need to change me.
Yeah.
What was that realization point for you when you knew you wanted to start righting those wrongs or do better?
It's a feeling. I can't remember when, but I can remember the feeling that when I did wrong to people, how it bothered me. Right? Okay. I took advantage of somebody that's black, and then the feeling you get when you help somebody and you put a smile on their face and you help them out of a situation they was in, you know what I'm saying? And I compared both feelings. I like doing right and giving back to people. That feeling better than, you know what I'm saying? Because I do have a conscience. I got morals.
Yeah, and the blessing is greater.
Yeah, it is. And knowing that God continue to bless me to do more and to keep helping people, and that feeling over and over just keep building up. The more I help people, I want more. So I want to do it more. So I don't want that old feeling no more. So I'm just trying to fill myself up with all positive energy and that feeling.
Old things won't open new doors.
Yeah,
so I definitely agree with that. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things that we kind of get misconstrued too, is that God wants us to come to him. He wants to use us despite our wrongs, despite our sins and things like that. He just wants you to get to a place to where you reach out and you say, hey, you know, help me, guide me. I need you right now. And if you take that one step, he'll help you take the rest. But people be thinking, oh, I'm so flawed, or oh, I got this going on and that going on, and he don't want to use me, but he takes he'll take the weakest link and and make it.
And you don't know how.
Yes.
You don't know when it's coming, how it's gonna come. Man, it's deep. Me getting closer to God every day. I try to get closer to him. And we are human. We gonna make mistakes. We not perfect. But if you on the trail to do right and stay positive, I commend you on that. Keep going. Yes. I slip. I mess up. And people, when you change your life, the biggest thing is your people gonna look at you like, oh, he different. He think he this. He think he that. Now. And as soon as you know what they do, they sit on the sideline for you to fail.
They wait.
They wait on you to make a mistake.
And they right there to help you back into your old ways.
Yeah, because then they talk about that. They won't comment about all the great things I'm doing. But I did 99 right things.
Exactly.
I made one mistake, but y'all blow that out of the water. Like, but y'all see when he did this. Y'all see he did that. He was cussing. He act like this. Yeah,
you mean you saw me being human. Great. Thank you so much.
But instead of down to me, why don't you uplift me and say, listen, brother, you've been on the right path. Yeah. You slipping.
That's true. A lot of people are not being uplifted, so they can't uplift.
Yeah, but see, that's me. I don't judge people off of some mistakes. You're going to keep, and this ain't going to be my last. I got plenty more to go.
I got a whole life to live.
Yeah. So, but long as I'm on the right path, I don't care what nobody say. God got me.
That's real.
It's God first, then me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Literally. And Miss Rhea said, people that know you from your past can never see your future. And sadly, they try not to let you forget.
Oh,
I agree with that. They want to keep you stagnant. They want to keep you as the turn up queen or whoever you were before. moving into that purpose and that elevation. I feel like that's a really good point and word that you use, as you said, your purpose.
Yeah.
You're trying to move with purpose and intention now because you don't want to keep creating that cycle and things of that nature.
Because it's easy to fall back in the dark side.
That's
like
true.
I tell people, it's easy to get in trouble, but it's hell to get out.
I swear.
Yeah. But being positive is hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody, even as you know, as simple as Facebook, social media, right? You put up something positive.
Yeah.
How many people engage in?
3 likes.
Yeah.
Maybe
put up a
2
fight.
comments.
Put
Exactly.
up something negative. Put up an argument.
22K.
Put up something
Yeah.
you did wrong. Somebody robbing and killed. Thousands of people gonna interact, comment, all
with
that.
their opinion,
Yeah.
just loud and wrong.
I put up, Dice doing something in the community. I need a couple dollars with crickets. Crickets. But if I be like, man, I got a problem with these guys over here. I need fellas. What up, Dice? Do I need to pull
you
up?
need me to pull up?
Where you up? I got you. Where you at?
I got you cut. Yeah.
Everybody willing to take penitentiary chances to do wrong for you, but they won't be there for you when you're doing right.
That's it.
It's
That
so
is
sad.
it.
We got to change that.
Yes, we
Gotta
definitely have
change
to shift the
that, so.
dynamic. Ms. Rhea said leaders are human. That's why so many don't step up to get one step closer. Ooh, that.
She threw your one step closer.
Yes, Ty said the people who live in the past just be mad at their future is trash. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of people will try to stop you, and people who have nothing to lose will help you lose everything.
They try to, and I run across people who ain't seen me in years.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what keep me going? Because some of them approach me with, "You still alive?"
That's the wild
Like, dog,
part.
I'm
You
shocked
didn't
to
think that
see you.
I was?
But I understood why. I understand why they feel that way.
So speaking on that, as far as like the entrepreneurship goes, did you have a 9-to-5 at one point? Was entrepreneurship always on your radar, or did you kind of go into that?
I always been an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Since I was a child, I used to sell candy on my porch.
Okay. Where
Everything
did that
I did, I
hustle come
hustled.
from?
It's in me.
It was just in
It
you,
was just
okay.
in me. Nobody taught me. It was just, I knew for one, when you in survival mode, you become very creative.
Mm-hmm.
And as a 12-year-old, even before then, and you want things in life and your parents not able to give them to
Yeah.
you figure out a way to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was already doing wrong. I didn't like that feeling. So it was like, what can I do positive to make money?
To change that, yeah.
And so I started off, like I said, doing little different events in the neighborhood for the kids. I would feed the kids for free, and I would charge the adults to eat.
They got to bring them, right?
Yeah, so, and that's how I would make my money, selling hot dogs, sausages. I used to buy the basketball courts in my neighborhood for the kids to come play, and I pull the grill out, and I go buy the food and stuff, and
that's
feed
real.
the kids, and then I had adults pay for theirs. So it was just in me being an entrepreneur, but I always worked.
Okay.
I worked at points of time in my life as a teenager, early 20s, 4 jobs at one time. I used to work 7 days. The only time I had off was Sunday evening. And I experienced some on a job where a lady had been on a job for 20 plus years.
Wow.
And they fired her because of a point system. Right?
And the point systems is tricky.
All of that, stupid. You hear what I said? She was on this job 20 plus years. I was only there 3 years, right? And that opened my eyes. Like, I can't allow nobody to have that kind of control over me.
Yeah.
That's not me. And then I was hearing people complaining, family reunions come up. Y'all can't take off. It's 7 days, 12 hours mandatory.
Yeah. Even if you got PTO or
It don't
whatever,
matter.
or
So, and on top of not only that, I saw how much stress when people work and they don't understand 90% of your stress come from your job.
Yeah.
Because you wake up, you're like, I don't feel like going today. You already getting up mad.
You in that
and you're
mode.
like, today I get to work. They better not say nothing to me. I swear to God, I ain't for it today. Then you get to work and then you say, I need to leave because my child, something happened at school.
Yeah.
And they tell you, if you leave, you're going to get fired.
Yeah.
If you leave, you're going to get rolled up. When I realized they have so much power over you, and then when you go in there and you ask them, hey, I'm behind on my bills, I need to work overtime, I need to make some extra money, and they tell you, oh, we not offering overtime right now, we can't do it.
That's
and then
it.
2 weeks later, they make you work overtime because they need it.
anyway, exactly.
I said, yeah, this is not for me. I need to focus on what it is I want to do. I just started praying, and you got to have faith
You
and
do.
just jump off the porch.
Caller, you are on the air. Caller, you on the air.
Hey there. Hey, brother. Hey, Shanny.
Hey, Miss Rhea.
What up, though, sis?
How are you?
You know I had to call in. I'm listening to a great show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're going to get enough for not telling me when you're going to be on, though.
Who, me?
Like, for real?
I think that's your Dice.
I'm your publicist.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look.
I'm
I think.
sorry.
Look, I think that heat for you, Dice.
Yeah. Well, that's always for me. This is my sister mother.
Okay.
Like, Rhea, for me, I don't. She on my head, indoors, outdoors.
But she
everywhere
mean
we go.
well. So
No, definitely.
yeah.
You got to know her to understand.
Definitely.
She don't mean no harm. She
And
wants the
same thing
best
with
for
him.
Yeah.
See, Dice has a takeover spirit, and so do I. So that's why we take over everything that we do.
That's real.
Yeah.
You protect. I can see Dice being very protective.
Yeah, for
Dice
sure.
is very protective. But I do want to say that I got to give my brother his roses on all formats. So Dice is the type of person. Dice, I had to call him the other night. I went out to a party, and none of the men there walked me to my car.
Wow.
She was
So
mad
I
too.
called my brother.
She called me fussing. I was laughing.
Like, what
yeah,
is
bro.
this?
Go
Because he's
ahead,
like, what can I do?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
But he's that type. If you're in his presence, he's not going to let you open a door. He's not
Yes.
going at the lady. And even at the homeless, feeding the homeless, all of they, shout out to Carmen and to all the women that was doing stuff. But I know I get yelled at a lot,
Yeah.
so I know to fall back.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you picking it up? There's so many men here. Let the men step up and be men.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially if they
And I think a
want
lot
to,
of that
let
they
them.
don't know how to do.
They
They don't know
don't.
how to do it because they haven't had to do it. You got a lot of single mothers, bless the mamas. I'm not dogging y'all. But you got to allow these men or these boys to be men.
Yeah.
You got to allow them to
Definitely.
do it.
And that's a part where when she asked me about the OGs, where we dropped the ball, ain't teaching these young guys to be that. But if you in my presence, I teach the young men, and even you women, because I mean, sister tell you before the end, she was one who would go open the door herself, carry everything.
Yeah.
But now, when
That's
she
me.
been around me and doing it so much, now she look for it. She demanded.
Yeah.
And that's what all women should do. If you
Yeah.
got men present, it ain't about your pride. It ain't about that you can do it. We know y'all can do it.
Mm-hmm.
If ain't nobody around, you don't have a choice, then do it then. But if it's men around, open your mouth and ask.
Yeah, let them be in
Sir,
man.
can you please
And
carry
that's
this
where we
for me?
differ.
Yeah.
And that's where me and him, because I be like, why do they see
Why do
me
I have
need
to
this?
Every-
say
and they
anything?
not taught.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
that's
they
my
not taught.
ideology.
But y'all got to change that because they not taught.
And he says they don't know no better.
Right.
But see, I grew up with my dad. Like, I thought that was old fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
My dad did that with us. Like,
Yeah.
that was, my father was like, Winky, that's my nickname, Lord, I can't believe I said it.
Shout out to Papa Bear.
Yes, Papa Bear.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, you don't open. I remember I was out at Chuck, this is the last story, and Chuck's Bar and Grill back in the day,
Yeah.
and I'm standing there getting a drink, and a guy was sitting at the bar, and I was standing up talking to the guy. My daddy cussed me out so tough.
Yes.
He said, don't you ever
Yes.
in your life be standing up while a nigga sitting, excuse me, he said a nigga sitting down. What type of, I ain't raised you like that. I said, wait a minute, I'm just was getting a drink. He said, no.
Yeah.
He said, you allow that early. And that's, I mean, so all the men that couldn't get me, it's my daddy fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what you allow will continue, and how
Yeah.
you start things is
Yeah.
how you finish it. So,
But brother, I love you. I'm proud of you. I see the growth. I see the transition. You out here doing for others. When you do for others, and it's God's work, not your work.
Amen.
Because anybody that really, really, really knows you knows, hey, it could be different.
Yep.
And anybody that knows, guys, this is his calling. It's a calling. And a lot of people may not like it because they didn't get called.
Right. Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a growth. And if you continue to not see the growth in somebody else because you want to stay stuck on the past, it's not going to be a good thing. We have to learn to lift each other up. We all make mistakes.
Yes.
definitely.
Well, thank you, sister. I
So
accept.
I
I
love you,
appreciate
proud
that.
of you.
Yes. Definitely.
See y'all
proud of
later.
you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Miss Rhea. See you
a good
later. Thank you for tapping in.
Yeah, that's dope.
And what I want to say also is that I know a lot of people, they kind of battle whether they want to actually accept that calling or not. You said that early on you knew that was for you, so you didn't shy away from it. If anything, you ran towards it, and
Yeah.
that's why I feel like you were able to go through the different things that's necessary, and you're at the point now of growing and continuing to elevate because you like, hey, this is my calling. You didn't waste the time going back and forth with yourself or shying away from it, and something had to happen to be like, no, this is what you need to do. So I definitely commend you.
Thank you. And all shouts out again to God.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't like that always. I always had this in me to do it. But God has blessed me now. He watered me so much more to where I know I'm doing His will now. You know what I'm saying?
So
I didn't know.
It's bigger than you.
Yeah, it's way bigger than me. I didn't know back then it was my spirit through God that was making me do it then. But that was just a training for me to get where I'm at today, to do it at ease and so gracefully. Like it's I just like the feeling. I like helping people. I know that's what I'm here for.
That is really,
and I just want to continue. So I just want everybody to join board. Just come aboard, build this unity, and help give back. Let's build up our community. Just start one community at a time. Start in your own. Start on your block.
Yes.
I just encourage people to do that. Start on your block. Yeah. Go knock on the doors. Meet your neighbors. Introduce yourself.
Yes.
You see elderly people on your block. If you got kids, hey, tell them go down there and cut their grass. Pull their garbage can to the front. Little simple stuff. They start watching out for you.
Yeah, and it'll go a long way.
It will. It could, and people gravitate. The more people do it, the more people get involved. You know, start building these block clubs back up. Shout out to the Spencer Block Club on the east side. You know, so.
Yes. Tam Telling Tale said, die.
Yeah.
My God.
What up, dog?
Hey, Tam.
Yeah.
So when did you get heavy into spirituality?
I think it was when I lost my good friend, my good brother, Cody, James Sparks. Rest in peace.
Yes.
I ain't about to cry, but
no, it's okay.
No, but he used to try to get me to go to church before he passed away. He's like, man, this preacher is great. So shout out to El Bethel Baptist Church on 7 Mile and Grand River. Pastor Lawrence C. Glass Jr. and his wife, Kim, Cody and Kim, used to always ask me to come, but I didn't want to wear a suit. I was against dressing up. I was against that. He was like, man, I'm going to get you to go. I'm going to get you in a suit. I'm going to get you in a suit. And it wasn't until he died and his funeral was at that church. And
then you went, it's okay. It's okay. One step closer. But see, and look what you did now. The fact that he brought you there, you reached back and brought others to be able to come to church and to be able to be there. So that's real.
Yeah, you did. Sure did.
I was, but you had Miles in church.
Yeah.
God forbid who you sat next to, but yes, definitely that speaks volumes, and I feel like that's something that we need to get back to. Just being a spiritual entity, looking within, being able to believe in yourself for the answers, have that mustard seed of faith, just really believing and truly just staying focused.
Yeah.
And on your path. So I definitely commend you. So thank you, Dice, so much for taking the time to sit with me today. So before we do get out of here, I just want you to give one piece of advice to the listening audience to let them know and encourage them that they are one step closer to any dream, goal, aspiration, entrepreneurship opportunity that they are looking forward into right now.
Like I always say, put God first. Anything that you want to do in life, anything you're trying to do, if you put God first and then you, everything you're trying to do going to work out smooth.
It'll align.
It will align. You got to put God first. And no offense to nobody who's married or you feel like your mother come before God or your son because they sick or whatever. Nothing in life happens without God.
I agree.
So you got to put God first. Pray over everything and understand that it's not you, it's not what you want to do, it's what God needs you to do for him while you're here. Try to find out your purpose and see what God needs you to do for him while you're here.
That is profound. It's not what you want to do.
It's not what you want to do.
He wants you to do for him.
Because if you ever notice everything we decide that we want to do, don't go right.
Yeah. He'd be like, oh, that was great plans.
That was cute. It was fun for a minute. But I need you back over here to do this. So when you put God behind it, it's no mistake.
Nothing is against it.
It's going to go smooth. And understand, just have the patience, which I'm working on with me, to know that it's on his timing, not yours. Because it ain't happening when you think it's supposed to happen. Focus on something else until God come and get you to continue what path you need to be on.
Because when it does, it's going to be right on time.
On time, every time.
Yes.
So,
Tim said this is why legacy is so important. Even in his passing, your friend inspired and impacted lives. God bless Dice. Miss Tam said it's all right to cry for your brother. Much love, and I will be in touch to network with you. And
Amen.
then Miss Rhea said, "Oh, brother, your eyes watering. It's okay." I told you, as a fellow Scorpion, we're always looking for an all moment. Listen, I'll tell you a joke, but I won't tell you a lie. But yes, again, Dice, thank you so much for joining me on One Step Closer. Definitely make sure you guys stay tuned for next week. I will be on next Thursday at 1, and I just want to encourage you that on today and every day you are one step closer. See you next week.
Amen.
Bye.
Peace.
One step closer. You got to get one step closer. Closer to love, closer to God, closer to who you want to be in life. Why? You got to get one step closer. Closer to love, closer to God, closer to who you want to be in life. Take one step at a time to reach